Welcome back, ladies, to week 2 of More Than Anything. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited that we are fixing to step into week 2 of our Bible study. And this week is exciting, also important, very important to our journey as we begin to seek God more than anything. Last week, we talked about His presence and how important God's presence was in our lives. Now this week, we're going to talk about His plans, seeking God's plans in our life. And ladies, I have to say that we cannot have God's presence in our life without having His plans also in our life. You just can't have one without the other. And so today I want to remind us that seeking God's plans in our life is so important. A lot of times though, we fail to seek Him in our everyday decisions. Now we know, and we're most of the time very good about seeking His plans in the big picture. But God doesn't want to just be the God of the big picture. He also wants to be the God of the small picture, the everyday, the mundane, the regular duties of life, your everyday routine. So often we fail to invite Him into our day. We neglect to seek His plans. And a lot of it is just because we go about our day running. The moment we step foot out of bed, we're running. And it's hard for us just to pause and take a moment to be mindful enough to say, God, I want to seek your plans today. What is your way for me today? What is it you want me to do? You see, a lot of times we already start our day off with knowing what we want to do. We've got our to-do list. We have our agenda. We've got our goals planned for the day. And sometimes we really don't want to invite God into it because He may completely stir up what we wanted to do. He has a way of throwing a wrench into our plans, doesn't He? And so because of that, sometimes we just fail to invite Him to be the guide and the leader of our plans. I have a confession to make. I have a really bad habit about running into a room and being in such a hurry to grab a certain item that a lot of times I fail to turn the light on. Now that doesn't seem like a big deal when you're running into a room where there's windows, you can kind of see things, but I am notorious for doing this in my walk-in closet. I'll run into my walk-in closet to grab something, maybe it's earrings or a pair of shoes, and I have an idea of where they are. So it's just a quick run in, get this item, get it done, run back out. However, it never fails. I run into my closet, I don't take the time to turn the light on, so I run in there to look for this said item, and only to find I can't find it in the dark. Even though I know where it is, I think I have an idea of where it's at, I can't find it because there's no light to reveal where this item is. And so what happens is because I'm doing it in the dark, I end up getting frustrated. I get mad, I get stressed out. Something that should have been just so simple and fast and quick ends up turning out to be a situation that stresses me out. Just because I ran in there, didn't take the time to turn the light on, which would have made the whole situation so much easier. It would have made it calmer, quicker. There would have been no stress involved. And I can't help but think of how often we do that with our day. We run in and rush about our day, never taking the time to just turn the light on, inviting the Lord to show us the way, to make His pathway bright that would guide our steps and direct us to exactly what we're supposed to accomplish that day. And because we don't, a lot of times it brings on frustration, unnecessary anxiety, stress, we lose our temper, we lose our patience because we want to get something done so quick, but we're doing it in our own strength, in our own ability. And if we would just stop for just a moment and acknowledge God and invite Him into our day, flip that switch on, it would bring in the light and reveal a lot of clarity into our day. So as we step into this week, we are going to go into the study of seeking his plans and wanting more of his plans. So that's going to include seeing his mysterious ways. We've often heard that God's ways are mysterious, and we're going to talk about his mysterious ways. Then we're going to talk about trusting his ways. We're going to talk about surrendering to his ways, recognizing his ways, and following his ways. And let me just say, ladies, that when we begin to seek God's ways, wow, the beautiful things begin to happen in our life. The psalmist said, "Show me thy ways, O Lord. Teach me thy paths. Lead me into thy truths." And that's exactly what we should say every day. Lord, show me thy way today. Show me what you want me to do today. God wants to show you. He does. He has beautiful plans for you every single day, not just in the big things of life, the big decisions, but in the everyday, simple duties of life. God wants to reveal himself to you. Will you allow him? Will you allow him to be a part of your day? I'm telling you, there are some rich benefits when we begin to trust God in his plans. We begin to see the benefits of health. We don't have to worry with the anxiety and the stress and the frustration of trying to do it all ourselves, because we were never intended to carry the weight of all that responsibility. Not only do we see the benefits in our health, but we also see it in our peace. God gives his peace when we are walking in his footsteps, when we're following him, trusting in him and in his ways. We don't have to fight his ways. We can surrender to his ways. And there's beautiful peace in that. There's also strength of mind, strength of your soul, strength in knowing that God is the one who has the shoulders that can carry the weight, not us. And he gives us that sound mind. I love Proverbs 16:3. It says, "Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established." God will give you that sound mind and that clarity as you run around throughout your day. And you don't have to run around with like a chicken with your head cut off. You can go and find purpose and accomplishments in your day, peace in your day. Even when you don't get your entire to-do list done, you can still have the strength and the sound mind, knowing that you did the checklist that God wanted you to do. And then also a wonderful benefit is the hope of knowing that God is right there with you in your day. So ladies, I'm excited for you to step into week 2, and I pray that right now you will begin to open your heart and open your mind to what he has for you this week. And I pray that you will trust him with your plans. Know that his ways are so much better than our ways, and he is trustworthy. You can trust him in your day. You can trust him with your responsibilities, and you can trust him with that to-do list. So ladies, we'll see you next week as we continue on our journey of more than anything. Blessings and joy, and see you next week.